Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Mika Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is, I keep forgetting, Farm Sanctuary. Oh, Exie, hello, 2 years, hologram, thank you! Yay! So glad to see you, so glad you've been with me for 2 years, thank you so much. Wow, so you got a Chibi. Exie, if you want a Chibi caricature, you just let me know what you want me to do. Thank you so much for 2 years. It's amazing. I'm so happy. I'm just looking at that. Incredible. You're always setting records here on Studio Mikarts Twitch. How are you, Exie? I'm going to finish my intro. So our charity of the month is Farm Sanctuary. There are 2 ways that you can help me, help them, help the animals. 1, just watch my stream and bring your friends because I'll be making a donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count here on Twitch. You can also donate to our charity fundraiser through Twitch. Bigman2K this week donated the full $10, so we've actually met our goal, but we can always exceed the goal, so please donate if you can. There's also a 3rd way, if you'd like. There's a link somewhere in my Twitch description on my page that takes you directly to Farm Sanctuary, so you can make a donation that way. It is Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday. And I've got to open all these files here, because we're going to be working more on these buttons with the Chibi foods. I hope that I can actually switch over to physical media work during this stream and start making buttons on stream. That would be so cool. I've never done that before. So let me look at Xe's messages real quick. Yeah, new Chibi for you! For all the people with the first badge, the founder badge on Twitch, I always offer... I decided when, Exie, you're the one that helped me decide to do this. This is my little program. All thanks to Exie. I was so happy when Exie reached 1 year. I was like, what can I do? I want to commemorate. I want to show how much I appreciate. So everybody with the founder badge at every year is offered a Chibi caricature. So, oh, you're doing all right. Excellent. I'm always glad to hear it. You're welcome. And how am I? I'm good too. Thank you. I'm so happy. I mean, it's clearing up now, so it's a little bit depressing, but it was cloudy all day today. And as you know, that's my favorite. So I'm in the best mood ever. Just totally overcast all day. And since it's cold, you're like all bundled up in your warm flannel sweater. And it's just so nice. So I'm in a very good mood. Also, it's Friday, which means it's almost time for the weekend. So... yeah, I am doing great. Thank you. Okay, so I have so many files to open. Instead of trying to open them from here, I'm just going to open my file folder and get in here and open them this way because it'll be way easier. So first we want to open the button files. We want the complete buttons active file. So that's where all these layers are with all the different sheets. So this would be it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet so that I could print out 12 buttons of each one when I'm ready to print. And then also let's open the, broccoli, I think was the last, because it's right there on the front. So broccoli is the last one we did. So we'll be able to save this as a new file when we make the next food. I also need to open the files with the original artwork in it, which is under my custom subscriber food badges folder. So let's see. Tofu, chickpea, peanut butter, and broccoli. I did all of those, right? Hold on. I'm checking this. Tofu, chickpea, peanut butter, broccoli. Okay, so I don't need to open that one. We want baby bok choy, chia seeds, brown rice, and pineapple pear. So we're going to open all 3 of those. That's 3 different files, 7 different foods, 6 different foods. Baby bok choy, chia, brown rice, pineapple. Only 5. I can't count. Oh, they look so cute. Thank you. Yay, I'm glad you think so. I'm really excited because this morning I got the email saying that I was chosen to be a vendor at the winter vegan market. So I'm going to put these buttons, and it's either pin back button or magnet back. They're 2.5 inches across, and hopefully they will sell well and I can earn some money. GE Force experience. I don't need an in-game overlay right now. I'm not kidding. Photoshop is so powerful. It's always telling me about an in-game overlay for... I'm like, I'm not gaming, dude. Just using Photoshop. Okay, let me get my OBS back up. Like to have OBS up and the stream manager for Twitch on my secondary monitor so that I can make sure that what's going out from my PC looks good and what's coming into Twitch looks good. Okay, so, oh, I also have Discord open. I'm going to close that just so that it saves a little bit of resources. Although it keeps running in the background anyway, but I think it saves a little bit of resources not to have it active there. So I don't need this folder anymore, at least for now. I'm going to have to remind myself, I was doing a little formula last week when I started this, but I think I was basically fitting in the food under this face line. Yep. Because the face line is basically what's visible on the front of the button, because there's a little bit of an edge as it wraps around and becomes the back of the button. And that edge is where my copyright information and the name of the piece and stuff show up. And then I was changing the information here to have the correct title along the edge. And then just changing this gradient. Okay, so let's just move along then. So let's see. Baby bok choy. Baby bok choy copy. Is this the same? Yep, looks the same. So we'll just drag this layer over here to the broccoli. Plop that in there. It's gigantic. And before we do anything else, we're going to save as. So we don't want to accidentally save over this broccoli. We want to name it Chibi Food 5 and call it Baby Bok Choy, which I am having for dinner tonight in my ramen. It's Friday, which means ramen night. I've got a bunch of leftover baby bok choy from some recipes earlier this week. That's why I drew it. These are my favorite foods. Baby bok choy is so good. You can just steam it up and then put some, either like some of that sweet Thai chili sauce or even just some soy sauce. Steam it, drizzle soy sauce on it. That's it. You just gotta clean out. It's got lots of, it always has lots of dirt in between the leaves. So you have to clean it out really good. But other than that, it's super good. The dirt's not good, so clean that out first. Ooh, thank you. I always make I've been calling it loaded ramen on Friday. Unless we're having something else. Sometimes there's something else on the menu or people are coming over and so we're going to make something else or we're going out or whatever. But in general, on Friday, it is ramen night and I put kimchi in it and miso and all kinds of veggies. I think I made it a little too small actually compared to the other ones. It looks so cute. It looks just as cute on this pink background as the broccoli did. In fact, I feel like it looks cuter than the broccoli did. But I made it too small, so let's try again. Let me delete this broccoli stuff first. It was distracting me. Also, I'm feeling so energetic today that it's also hard for me to... I just got done literally 15 minutes ago doing a really nice energizing yoga program, so that's also a reason why. Feeling a little more Genki than usual. Genki, energized, lively. English doesn't have a word like Genki. When I learned Genki in Japanese, and it's so great. It means like lively and energetic, and well means like healthy, like you're doing well. And it's such a great word, and I always feel like I don't have the right kind of word to describe how I'm feeling in English now that I've learned that word in Japanese. So sometimes I just say Genki and I'm not thinking about it, and then I wait, does my audience right now know what Genki means? So Genki means lively, means I'm good. Yes. Literally, Genki means, so gen means like origin or the beginning or something like that. And then ki means like your life force. So it means that your life force is coming forth. So you're like the source of energy, life energy. So okay, I think that's good. Oh, I don't know if I should keep it the same background. It looks so good though, but I wanted each of these buttons to look unique. If I use the same exact background as the broccoli, then these will be a little too matchy for the rest of the series. Maybe there's just a little gradient I can choose in here. We could still use pink, but it'll look a bit different. Oh, this one's not bad. Look around for some greens though. Sort of. Oh, that's quite blue actually. Oh, I don't really like that one. Oh, that's cute too. Oh, I love that. Hold on. I've been talking so much for the past 15 minutes. I need some water. Drinking water out of my shaker bottle. That's why it's so loud. It's got the little shaker wire thing inside of it and a hard snappy cap. Oh, it looks so good. Yay. We'll go with this one. We'll go with this one. That looks good. Okay, so now we got to change this because it says Chibi broccoli. We don't want to say Chibi broccoli. Since it's upside down, it's hard to remember whether I should press delete or press backspace. But I did it right. It was delete. So, baby, bok choy. And I shouldn't need to change anything else because I made these all this year, so I don't have to change the copyright. And they're all mixed media, so I don't have to change that either. So that means this is good. So we're just going to make a copy of this folder and then merge it so it becomes a single layer. And then we drag this layer over to the complete buttons active, plop it down, and now we're going to go through this process where we make 12 of these. So first I try to line it up as precisely as possible. And that looks pretty good. And then we're just going to keep making copies. So I'm holding shift, and that helps you drag it along either the vertical or the horizontal axis without it moving along the opposite axis. Okay, so now that I have these three, we're going to copy all three at once and press shift and pull down with the mouse. And now those are lined up, and then for the final one, we'll copy all 6 of these and drag them down, holding down shift. And there we go. Now we will consolidate this into a single layer. Merge layers. And hooray! Let's rename it. We don't need it to say copy 12. There. Oh, it looks so good. And it looks very different from the broccoli. Gotta say, the broccoli's still giving me a little trouble. I think it looks cute like that, but I remember last time I tried like 50 different colors, and the pink was the one I liked the best. So I'm just letting it be because it doesn't have to be perfect. We're trying to avoid perfectionism here. I don't want to fall into that trap because it's really dangerous for me. It's hard for me if I start going down the perfectionism road. So we're not going to do that. Now it's chia seeds time. Wait, we're going to drag it over here. Oh, wait, no, we're not going to drag it. You know why? Because I didn't save this yet. Ah, no. Oh, yay. Thank you, Lexi. This is so fun. There's only 5 of these, so I have a really good feeling about being able to, because I've got this whole setup that I figured out, sort of the workflow. So I just got to get these other foods in here and pick nice colors. So what I want to do is save this. So now it's saved as baby bok choy and save as. And this is going to be 6. What was it? Chia seeds. I wish the sun wasn't coming out, or I wish the sun is always there. I wish the clouds weren't clearing up because it's really bright on my left right now. I have my curtains open and it's just so bright. My peripheral vision on the left is getting overloaded, but I don't want to close the curtains because the natural light is so nice. Oh well, I just gotta live with it. Okay, so I saved it as chia seeds, so now we're free to edit this in. That means now we're dragging this chia seeds copy over here. Plop that in there. Let's get rid of the, oh, I call it Chibi broccoli still. This one is called baby bok choy. Alright, hold on. I'm opening that file I was just working on. This one. So I didn't rename this. So this should be bok. Wait, baby. Because bok choy can grow bigger. So that's why it's called baby bok choy. Because they're little ones. And this should be, oops, this should be also baby bok choy. There. I couldn't remember my workflow from last time. There's lots of little details to change. Save this, and we can close it now. Boop. And so we're going to delete this file, bring the chia seeds into the folder, rename the folder chia seeds. Chia scenes. Okay. Turn on the face line and then align the chia seed bowl inside of that. Shoop. What's that? Is that a good size? Maybe a little bigger? Because there's so much empty space at the top. I think I'm going to make it a little tiny bit bigger. Oh, is that about the same as what I had? I can't tell. That's good enough. That's really close to the edge. Here it's almost touching. But there's just so much space up at the top, I feel like I want it to take up more space at the bottom too. I wonder if I should tilt this. Nah, it's fine. We'll leave it. It's fine, it's fine. So now we're going to change the gradient. So let's look. It's actually not too much rainbowy color in here other than the pink cheeks. It's a lot of earth tones. So we'll see if we can find something. Maybe in the reds. Oh, that's so cute. I don't know if it matches that well, but that's a very cute color combo. Now these are too vibrant. I need sort of earthy. There's pastels. Grays. Oh, they're literally gray. It's not bad, but it's kind of... No, I don't like earth tones. Whoa! I did not mean to zoom in on that. I was trying to scroll here. No, basics? Oh no, it's just black and white. Nah. too bright. Might just have to pick my own colors. That's not bad. The blue is a little out of place. Let's just see about picking our own colors. A little more earthy. Yeah, something like this. Oh, that's a little too red. But what if we take it this way? Make it lighter. Kind of gray looking. Pink. What about orange? So yeah, I don't want, right here, it feels like the background is actually coming forward. And this is almost receding into the background. This is meant to be behind looking, so that's a little too strong. But maybe something like this would be nice. That looks pretty good. If we take this a little bit more into the orange realm. Okay, that's a little too yellow. I'm looking a lot at the navigator as always, trying to see what the overall effect is. It does feel like the background is coming forward a little bit at the bottom where the color is more intense. But I also feel like these highlights down at the bottom of the glass bowl help it sort of snuggle into this space instead of just receding backwards, being overtaken. So I am going to stick with this gradient. Though that said, I think the light is coming a little bit more from this side than from up and down. So let me change that. Just change this angle here. I love that it shows you in the preview box where the lighting is. Or, well, not the lighting, but which color is merging into the color, like what the direction is. The angle right here. Angle. It looks like lighting because one color is brighter than the other, but it's just two colors mixing. Oh yeah, that matches much better. Coming in more like this direction. Okay. Turn the face line off. And now we're going to change the name of the piece here. Oh no. Oh no, I did it all right. I thought I spelled bok choy wrong, but that was correct. It's because I was deleting it and reading it at the same time, and then I confused myself because the words are upside down as well. Whew. Oops, I missed an H. Chibi, chia, seeds. Yay. Okay, taking one last look. I think that's it that I need to change. Spelling looks right. So now we're going to duplicate the folder, merge it into a single layer, and then drag it over to the complete buttons active. And I'm going to save real quick. I don't think I saved last time. Oh look, it's not called, that's why I was changing the name of the folder, because it wasn't the right name here either. Baby bok choy. So the name comes along with the layer when you drag it over. So Chibi chia seeds copy here. Okay. Now time to make 12 iterations of the chia seeds. Lining it up to the best of my ability and copy. Seems like it might take a long time to make 12, but really you're making 5, I think, because you make these first 3. So this is 3, but then you copy all 3. So that's only 1 more duplicate. So that's a total of 4 duplicates. And then you copy all 6. Oops. And so that's a total of 5 duplicates. So you only have to duplicate the layer 5 times to make 12. And then merge the layers. Rename it, because we don't need it to say copy 12. Okay, give me a second. I need some lip balm. This dang cold, approaching winter air. I'm just so dried out all the time. There, that's better. Yay, another one done. Save. And I think that's it for this file, because it just had chia seeds and baby bok choy. So we can close this. I don't think there's any reason to save it, so we're going to say no. So next is brown rice. Oh, I love this one. This is one of my favorite ones that I've made so far. Oh wait, let's save this just in case. I don't remember if I saved it or not. And then we're going to save as 7, and this is brown rice. Okay. Just double checking the spelling there. Brown rice. Exie, are you cheering me on? Yeah! Been up to anything fun recently, Exie? Oh, I held down the button. Whoopsie. I forgot. Don't hold down the button. I know you're working a lot. Do you have free time, or do you have to work so much that you just have time to rest? I hope you have free time. You deserve some free time. Free time is part of resting. Thank you for these little cheers. Oh, just working. Ah. Well, I hope it's comfortable, a comfortable amount of work, not too much. But I've been there where it's like all you do is work. You work, you go home, maybe you do some chores and stuff, basic self-care, like take a shower, and then you gotta go to bed, and then you gotta wake up, get ready for work, go to work, and it's like that day after day, and maybe once in a while you take a week off. That was a hard time in my life, to be honest. I'm really grateful that these days I have a lot more time to take it slow and to focus on one thing. I don't have to multitask all the time or feel really bad because there's never enough time to just keep my house clean or something like that. Brown rice. Brown ice. I forgot the R. Of course, even now, I always feel like there's not enough time to do all the things I want to do in my life. But I prioritize taking care of myself because if I'm exhausted all the time, I can't do the things I want to do anyway. Okay. Dang, once again, this background, just like with the broccoli and the baby bok choy, it just looks perfect with this already, but I don't want them to be the same. I want each button to be different. So let's try to find something else. Well, that one's cute too. Oh, I kind of just want to go with that. It looks really good. Workplaces to home. Yeah, that's so tough too. I've known people at my last full-time hourly job that I worked. I had a coworker who literally had to drive like an hour to get to work, and then she worked a 10-hour shift, and then she had to drive home an hour. And in the winter, it'd be more like an hour and a half because of the roads were so dangerous. You couldn't go at the speed limit and stuff, so. Well, I'm sending you good vibes and lots of restful healing. Do you have a timeline for how long you'll be at this job? Because if it won't be forever, then I'm sure you're strong enough to handle it. So I don't have to worry about you. I don't want to have to worry about you, so that's what I'm asking. Brown rice. Let's save this one. Yeah, I think this background looks nice. I'm going to pick this one. I don't know. Maybe this is the same. I've used this for a different food, but at least it's not the same as the one I just did. Okay, so we're going to duplicate the folder, merge the group, and then drag it over to complete buttons. There, yeah, looks different. Oh, good. I'm glad the work is nice. That's good. Yeah, all right. Then I won't worry about ya. Yeah, if you enjoy the work, then that's totally different. That said, I enjoyed the work that I was doing at first. For the first 7, 8 years. Then it really started to grate on me. I think it wouldn't have been a problem for me if I wasn't also working, so on top of working those super long shifts. I worked 10 to 12 hour shifts at that time in my life. They were also overnight, so it really sucked, and I couldn't, it was like so hard to, I was trying to go to school at the same time, and trying to get to doctor's appointments for regular checkups was horrible, because the time I was normally sleeping was the only time the doctors are available. So yeah. As long as you're working in the daytime, which I do believe you are, if I remember correctly, that's way better too. Okay, merge layers. Do you have time for any sort of recreation? You know, like on the weekends, you can play little video games or something. Alright, save that. So we're done with this. Close that. And brown rice, sugar brown rice. Okay, good. And we'll save this just in case I didn't. And then save as, and this is the final 2. Save as. So pear was the first one I finished. Of course, I don't remember if I did these few in order, but It just makes me feel better. There's no real reason to make these buttons in the same order as I made the images, but there's something about it that makes me feel better, so that's why I'm doing it. Pear. Chibi food 8 pears. So we're saving that. Is this pear copy the same? Yes. Drag that over there. Sometimes. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. Admittedly, I had time. Back in that really tough work time that I've been describing, I had time to play games with my roommates and stuff on days off, especially if our days off aligned. Sometimes it's just good enough to get enough sleep, though. Oh, this pear doesn't want to fit. Doesn't want to fit. I think I might actually turn this pear. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, because it's a circle. It won't make a difference. Okay, never mind. I thought that I'd turn it so it fits better. But, of course, it doesn't make a difference because it's a circle. So it doesn't matter which direction I pull it. There's just so much empty space because of the long, tall shape of the pear. I'm trying to minimize that negative space. But that's still too tight up here next to this edge. Let's make it a tiny bit smaller. Oh, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. It sucks when that happens too, because then you feel like, man, if I could have just decided, I could have enjoyed something by now. But then the indecision, it's crippling. Especially if you're tired, then it's hard to make decisions just because your brain is tired. So, oh. But as long as you're in good spirits, it's all good. Okay, got this pear. I'm going to rename this. And then we're going to edit the background color. Chibi pear. Yay. Let's save this real quick, and then let's change the gradient overlay to some different color. Something a little more strong for this strongly colored pear. Oh, but that's, once again, that's competing. You don't want it to compete. We want it to match the pear's energy, but not overtake it. Woo! Yeah, this might be another one I have to do a... Let's go back to the pinks and see. I might need to do a unique color combo instead of one of these pre-made gradients. This background is too light. The pear is standing out so much it feels like it doesn't belong. So we could start here. Maybe we do a little bit cooler color, like a greenish yellow. Oh yeah, wherever I had that was good, and then I clicked away from it. Let's start with that. So we make a cool color. This pear is very warmly colored, so the cool color will help it stand apart too. Actually, rather like how this is already looking. Just a little tweaks. Okay, that's too dark. I don't want to be too dark either. We take it into the oranges. Or even, Oh, no. No, no, no. We go in purple? No. Makes it look like it's bruised or something. Bruised fruit. No. We want it to look fresh and yummy. Let's ground it with a little warmer color. Kind of liking that. I'm going to leave it at this for now. I want to change the angle. The light is hitting much higher up on the fruit here. So let's make this angle match. That's better. Still something not quite working. It's like a little bit too strong or something. Let me make it a little more green. Oh, that makes it look dirty. Oh, we're going back into the yellows. The yellows were nice. Okay, I'm gonna cancel. I like that color that we have. That one's working pretty good. So let's change the bottom color some. What if we do something crazy like blue? Well, that definitely stands out more, but once again, it feels like it's not fitting in rather than being the star of the show. Oh no. Maybe that little bit more reddish is better. Let's change it a little bit. Oh, that stands out more. I'm looking at the navigator again. That darker color I just had it felt like it was merging a little bit with the really shadowy area of the pear. But I lightened it up, picked a slightly lighter. It looked like a kind of coral color now. And I feel that much better. I like that much better. So let's go with that one. I really like how the gradient looks here too. This color combo along this bar looks really lovely. Okay. Copying the folder and merging the group. And oh, and I really like how it looks in this teeny tiny little preview on the layers tab. I think that looks really nice right there, so I think that's a good sign. I'm going to drag this over. Whoops. It went behind the brown rice. That's weird. Okay. Now let's make 12 of them. 12 pairs. The 12 pairs of Christmas. No, it's not Christmas yet. I've got Thanksgiving coming up this month. I'm trying to focus on that. I've actually been doing something on my personal Facebook page, which is every day I post about something I'm thankful for leading up to every day and then including Thanksgiving Day. Although it's actually been hard to remember recently, so I keep doing multiple posts in a single day. I'm pretty sure I forgot to post yesterday. So I've got to think of what am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? I actually write a 4-item gratitude list every night in my planner. So it's not that hard for me to think of things I'm thankful for because I'm in the habit of thinking of that every single day anyway. I like to end on a positive note no matter what else happened that day. So actually this one in the middle is slightly off on all of them, so I'm just going to click the middle one on each. There. Just need a little nudge, a single nudge. There we go. going to merge layers, rename the layer. There, yay! And that, I changed this, right? Chibi pear. Yes, it says Chibi pear. Save. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to print these and make them into buttons. I think it'll be great. I'm thinking I'll make half into pinback buttons and half into magnets. And we'll just see how they sell at the vegan market in, I think, wait, what's today? The 15th? Oh, it's in a month. So there's plenty of time to make these. Save this and then save as the final food that I currently have, although a new slot is open. It opened at the beginning of this month for another custom subscriber badge. So this is 9. Pineapple! I had pineapple today in my smoothie. My delicious... I normally call it a breakfast smoothie, but I really wanted cereal for breakfast. I had cereal for breakfast and smoothie for lunch. Okay, pear's done. It was actually pineapple, banana. What was the other main thing I put in it? I don't remember. Oh! Cocoa nibs and chocolate yogurt I put in it. It was a very, very, very yummy smoothie. I usually make my chocolate smoothie on Friday. Friday is chocolate smoothie day. Well, I make it on Thursday, and then I have it on Friday. Oh, this pineapple looks great on this background from the pear. Wonder if I should just let some of this... What could be off-center? I don't want it to be off-center. No, I don't want it to be off-center. Maybe if I just tilt it a little bit that way. This one actually does work tilting it a bit, it seems. So I'm going to let this little frond right here in the top left of the pineapple wrap around the button, so that I don't have to make it too small. This is already really tight up against this circle here. We could make it a teeny tiny bit smaller. Let's do that. Let's make it just an itty bitty bit smaller, so it's not so tight. And then this tiny little bit will just, I mean, it might not even be touching. Yeah, it doesn't even touch the letters here, so I think that'll be okay. So it won't actually get cut off. This part along the outside of this circle gets covered up. Oops, I scrolled by accident. This gets covered up by whatever the back is when the button is made. So I don't want anything in this area because it's just literally not visible. But this stuff along the edge is visible. That's why it's all printed there. So it'll be fine. If this tiny little piece of leaf is wrapping around instead of being perfectly on the front. Pineapple, rename these and change the information around the edge of the badge. Make sure I'm spelling it right. Pine apple. Good. Save that. It really does look good with this color, but let's change it so it's not the same. Oh. Whoa. That's a little too vibrant. We could try some of the greens. We do have green in the pineapple. About something like this. Oh, that's too strong. It's too vibrant for this pineapple. Let's see if there's some unusual colors that... Whoa! Ice blue. Ice blue pineapple. No. Blues are way too cool. Purples have some pinky colors in them, so that's leaning towards warm, but it's still not really... This looks nice together, but it's yet again... The background is eating up. It's like it's sucking in the pineapple. I want the pineapple to sit on top. It's a little too soft. The pineapple stands out nicely on this one, but it's just so plain. It doesn't seem to match the vibe of the pineapple, which is really energetic. There's so many lines and these little uppy points, so it's just really visually energetic. I'd like the colors to match. Oh, I was wondering if you were starting to get sleepy, Exy, because it's so late for you now, especially since the time change. Well, thank you for staying with me and subscribing for 2 years. Incredible. I hope you have a great night's sleep and a restorative weekend. And don't forget, just message me on Discord or wherever if you decide if you want a chibi, what you want your chibi to be. So, and you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. These greens actually look really good. I might do this. These adorable love emotes. This moving one is so full of love. It's like exploding out of the frame. Yeah, something like this is nice. Let me edit these colors. I think the color's a little too vibrant for the pineapple, but the overall idea I like. Yeah, that looks a lot better. A little bit, taking it a little more warm, making the green a little more warm. This area of the pineapple is what's really giving me trouble with choosing colors. This doesn't seem to vibe well with many of the colors that I've chosen so far, so that's what I'm trying to find a match for here. It's too dark. Okay, maybe the other color needs to change now. Oh, no. That's too much. Too much. Oh, it's getting swallowed up again. We want the pineapple to stand out, stand in front. Alright, maybe green is not the answer. Maybe we want something closer to the color of the pineapple's rind. Now that I said that, this doesn't look too bad. It is a little more desaturated than I feel like I want, but maybe that's the key to not allowing it to be swallowed up by the background. So even as I make this brighter and more vibrant, it's threatening. It's threatening to take over the pineapple. It's because the pineapple, that as I've drawn it, is actually not all that bright. Oh, that's a little too matchy. It's too brown. Let's keep it a little bit closer to the yellows. Well, it is break time. Maybe my brain needs a little rest. So I'm going to take my 5-minute break and let this percolate without looking at it, give my eyes and my mind a break from it, and come back and see what I think. Because this is the last one, and then we can switch over to actually making the buttons with physical media, though I have to print them first, so we won't be switching over immediately because I'll have to print, and that takes a minute. But yeah, I'll just leave all of this open as is. I am going to go stretch, maybe I'll have a snack, walk around, look at something other than a screen for 5 minutes. I hope everybody else will take the opportunity to do the same. I'm going to put my screen up, be right back screen, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hello everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I definitely did. I had a yummy snack of dried apricots. They were so good. I feel like I should eat dried fruit more because it lasts longer, so I don't have to worry about it going bad before I decide I want to eat it. And it tastes so good. It's so yummy and it's so easy to eat and it's not as messy. I don't have to clean it because it's already clean, presumably. Presumably, there's no guarantee that it was actually clean, but I assume it was. I actually like how this looks. I am going to stick with these colors. Yay! So this is the last one. So we just got to do these steps again. Everything's named correctly, right? I think so. Oh, that pear looks great. Yay, this is going to be so fun to see these printed. It's not going to be very long. I realize that I don't want to print all of these all in one go if I'm going to do it on stream because that will be really boring to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll do one at a time. I'll print one, make that one into buttons, print the next one. We'll do it that way. Because my printing, I can't really show you what's going on. You can see what's happening on my screen, but that's not very interesting because it's just like a dialogue box. I don't have any camera that looks at the printer, so I'll try not to have long stretches of nothing that you can really see happening. Of course, I think you'll be able to hear the printer going. So that'll be something. Whoops! I was trying to go down, not scroll out, not zoom out. Okay. Good. Now we just merge all of these and rename it to simply Chibi Pineapple. There, hooray! Well, let's check them all out. Let's do one final look. I changed this, right? Yeah, Chibi Pineapple. I don't want to print a bunch of them and it's a pineapple and it still says pear on it or something, you know? So that's printed. That's out there for people to see. Like, oh, Studio Mikarts doesn't know the difference between a pineapple and a pear. I'm sure people would be nice about it, but... Okay, so we can close this. We don't need it anymore, and then I don't see any reason to save anything that changed. This will save, but we're also done with it for now until I make another food badge. Yeah, now that I see this as a layout of 12, I really do think this is the right choice for these colors. Background color. So we've got the pineapple. Here's the pear. Yeah, and it looks so different, but it looks really good. Okay. Brown rice. Once again, totally different vibe, but works with the rice. This will be really exciting to see all of these together. One of each button. Chia seeds look good. Bok choy looking real good. And that broccoli. This broccoli still gives me trouble, but like I said, I spent so much time trying to figure out the colors, and this was the best combo that I came upon. Yeah, that peanut butter looks so good. The chickpea looks excellent with this. Okay, happy with that. And I'm happy with the tofu. Wonderful. So I'm happy with all these designs. Let's save this. Oh, actually one more check I want to do. Oh, not 1200 though. Goodness. I want to check the writing. So tofu, chickpea, peanut butter, broccoli, baby bok choy, chia seeds, brown rice, pear, and pineapple. Good. Okay, everything that I could possibly check before we actually print has been checked. Now I actually need to decide what kind of paper I want to use. It has to be fairly flexible to use it in the button making press. So I am opening my storage closet. It's actually right behind my PC, desktop PC workspace. What I have been using, and I guess I'll go back to it, is just some semi-gloss photo paper. It's just sort of store brand. It's not anything special, but it's archival. So I think it's good enough for this application. It is fairly flexible. At least I think this is what I had been using to print the buttons. And it's been so long since I've printed buttons. A very, very, very long time. I do have some ultra premium photo paper, but that will definitely be a lot thicker. I have, oh, this is way too big. This is 11 by 14, so that's too big. So yeah, it's got to be this photo paper that I was using. I think I want to switch to something else after I use it up. Because I think a little bit thinner paper would actually be better. But for now, that's what I have on hand. So we'll just make that work. Now I'm just trying to put everything back after I pulled different options out. It's kind of hard. It's getting stuck on each other. There we go. There we go. Those and put it back way. And actually, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of this ancient photo paper left. But the button making process is actually fairly involved, so I'll actually be a bit surprised if I get through making 5 sheets of 12 buttons in the next 45 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my printer set up. I just have to open this little back feed, paper feed. And then we'll just go to print. Okay, let's change these settings. What we want is, we do just want 1 copy. So paper source, we want to be the rear paper feed slot. Letter, yes. Borderless. I don't need borderless. We're just going to leave it as is. Yep, orientation script. Okay, so we got to change this to so what I have is actually semi-gloss, but it's only regular quality. It's not premium quality. This uses more ink, so I'm going to just go with photo paper glossy. Standard quality should be good. Color, yes. Copies 1, and then I always go into more options because sometimes color correction isn't on automatic. Of course, it says printer manages colors over here in the other window, so that's why it's already on automatic. So that should be good. Click OK, and yeah, we just want 1 copy. So hopefully this will print out right. So let's click print, and that's okay. It says it will go outside the printable area, but that's okay because we left this little bit of white along the edges. It should fit. And if it doesn't, that's just a lesson learned and we can change the size up. So my printer is preparing. It says preparing for the print from the rear paper feed slot. Okay, it's ready. So I'm loading the paper and adjusting the guides to fit. That beep means it detects the paper, and I click the button on the printer that says installed, meaning the paper is installed. And there it goes. So I'm narrating what's happening since I can't show you. Oh, I can see it emerging. Alright, here's the first sheet. I know you can't see it yet. Unfortunately, I do see an issue that I think I'm going to need to fix, which will require me to redo all the rest of the buttons. But that's why I just print one sheet at a time and not tell it to print 50 sheets on the first print. So, this sheet that I've just printed out will be perfectly fine for making into buttons. But the issue is, let's see how I can explain this. I'm going to zoom in on Photoshop. So when you zoom in here and you look at this text, this looks fine. I think it's quite readable. But with the print, it can only make so small of a dot of ink. And the black ink is really overtaking the white area making up the letter. So this black outline for the text, which I made a little thicker, worried that it wasn't going to be very visible, but making it thicker actually made it enough black ink that it's hard to read. So this sheet, I won't scrap this sheet or anything because the main image, the important part, is fine. The Chibi tofu itself looks perfect. But I don't want this text around the outside to be a waste of ink, basically. So right now it's so hard to read. And I have really good vision, so if it's hard for me to read, then there's plenty of people that it will be impossible to read. So I am going to change that. But that's kind of boring. So let's do something more fun for the rest of this stream, or at least for this sheet of buttons. I'm going to change up my workspace a little bit. Right now I have this lamp shining on Chappie so that you can see her in the puppy cam, but I'm going to take it back now for my physical media workspace. And I will put this sheet of buttons in the physical media workspace and switch over to that so you can see some buttons being made. Is more exciting than me fixing text on the stream. So let me just switch to that source. Turn off the PC desktop. There! So there's the printed versions. Yay! Alright. Gotta change my space a little bit. I've got my boxes out for the winter vegan market. And it's taking up room so that I can't get in my closet. Okay, now I can get in to this storage closet Get my button making tools out. So the most important tool, let me pull this camera up, is this button press. Oh, and I should move my microphone. Let me move my microphone so that you can hear me and it doesn't sound like I'm far away. There we go, that's better. Okay, come back around to the front of my desk. Okay. Alright, trying to line up this camera so that it's easy for you to see. There we go. Okay, so we've got the button press, we've got the sheet of buttons. This also very important tool, the button punch, to punch out these in circles so you don't have to cut like this. You just cut like this and then feed it through here. I'll show you in a second. And then finally, you can't make the buttons without the actual parts, the collar and all this other stuff. I don't know the real names. There's the front and there's the back and there's the plastic that goes on. So we've got these kinds of backs that the magnets go on. The magnets just stick on with an adhesive. So we've got those. These are the Mylar plastic sheets that go on the front and help protect the button from the elements. Got a nice bag of those. And then these are the fronts, and they're the same whether it's magnet or pin back. This is the front of the button. And here are the pin backs. So pin back button, like a safety pin kind of. And these are all the 2 1/4 inch buttons. So I want my paper cutter, my little one. Keep blocking the Chappy cam, but that's just how it's gonna be. Okay. Putting those supplies over there. I'll move the press over to the side for now. So here is my workflow for making buttons. First, we're gonna slice these buttons into strips. Okay, so I've got it cut into 4 strips. We can put the paper slicer to the side. And this is kind of loud. I'm not actually sure how it's going to come through on the microphone because I've never done this on stream, so hopefully it's not terribly loud, but you feed the paper into the punch, then line it up so that you don't see any white. So you don't see any unprinted area, and you sort of hold it with your finger. Oh, I'm still seeing white. It's hard to get it lined up just right. It's also hard because the camera is in my face, so I can't actually like look straight down at it. That should be good. And then you just press this handle down. Ugh. So sorry if that was crazy loud. Actually, I'm going to turn this down just in case, because it really is so loud. Turn down my mic just in case it's terrible for you. It's so loud. Maybe I should mute my mic while I'm doing this. I'm afraid. I don't want it to be so terrible. It's so loud. I hated making these in Artist Alley because everybody would look because it's so loud. Yeah. I think I'm going to mute my mic. I'll turn it back up to normal levels. And then I gotta mute my mic for the last 4 sheets just so that I'm not making a horrible experience for people. And I'm gonna watch my stream later and I'll see what it seems like for future reference. So muting the mic now. Okay, 1 strip to go. Just checking in. Just a little while for it to be so quiet on my stream. Okay, that's it. Pressing the buttons should not be so loud. Okay. Dispose of those, and we don't need the punch anymore. I'll just set it on top of the paper cutter for now. So now I shall show you how to make 2.5-inch buttons using this style of press. And what I'm remembering now is this is actually thicker paper than what I used to use, but I just don't have any more of that paper, so I'm using this thicker paper. So whether we're using pin backs or magnet backs, we need this Mylar, and we need the fronts. That's the same either way. So grab a handful of the fronts. And what I thought I would do, I mean, I don't have that many magnet backs left actually, so maybe I'll make 3. I was going to make half and half, but I have so many more pin backs and magnet backs left from the last time I ordered supplies, which was ages and ages ago. Now I've got both kinds of backs. So a handful of pin backs the magnet backs, including the stack of magnets. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, if there's only 9 left, I used to have some that I had put the magnets on already. I'm not sure if I have any left. Doesn't look like it. So actually, if I counted correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually, I'm just going to make 1 magnet per design this time because I don't have enough magnet backs to make more than that except by 1. Because I have 10. I have 9 designs, 10 magnets. So we'll just do a single magnet. So the first thing you do is load up the button press. You put in the front, the metal front, and you've got to put this sharp edge down so that's the smooth side up. Then you put your image in and you try to line it up with this column in the middle so that the top is facing the column. And then get a Mylar cover. I always use my fingers to brush off any little hairs or particles floating around. Of course, you can't get it perfect, but sometimes there'll be a little pet hair that goes zoink because it's very staticky. So I just use my fingers to go shoo and clean it off. So we've got the front of the pin, or the front of the button, the image that you printed out, and then a Mylar cover. Then you swing it around, and then you put the back in, whatever back you want. So I like to put the magnet on first. It doesn't really matter if you're making a magnet one. It doesn't matter if you put the magnet on first or afterwards. But something about it, I don't remember what made me decide to start doing the magnet first. Oh, I think it's because by putting it in the press, it helps press the magnet on. So you just line up that magnet. I don't know if I actually showed it. It just has a little piece of paper you pull off, and you put the adhesive side down. And then it doesn't really matter, but there's this little bump here. I like to line that up so that it's also pointing up at the pole in the middle here. So you stick that in there. You want the sharp side up. So you want it to be opposite of this one. This one was sharp side down. This one's sharp side up. So now you grab the handle and you press the top and press it all the way down. Swing it around and then press it onto the back. Push it all the way down. That should have made a nice, beautiful, yes, look at how cute it is. It's the same color as my hand. Oh, it's so cute. So yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if my camera will show you, but yeah, look how that black is just overtaking the white. The black is just meant to be an outline to make it easier to read, but it's too thick for the printer, so it's really hard to read. So this is good enough. I don't want to waste materials, all the ink and the paper that I used to print this. And the front looks perfect, so we'll just make this batch. But before we print any other ones, we're going to fix that text on all the layers. So that'll be a little project, but we'll make these ones first. So we've got this magnet, and you can see magnets on there good. So we've got the one magnet for the tofu, so let's make the rest of the pin backs. Let's make the rest of it as pin backs. So same thing, flip it around to this side where it's got this groove around the edge. Then you stick sharp side down of a front. Put the image in with the top facing this part of the press. Add a Mylar cover, sweeping off any little particles if you can. Swing it around, and here you have to be a little more thoughtful. In order to have the pin match with the image so that the pin is, so this is the top of the pin here, to have the top of the image match so that when you flip it over they match like this, you have to put it in like this. So hold it the way you want it to be when it's finished, and then flip it over like turning a page of a book, and then sit it in there. And you can line it up too so that it looks as horizontal as possible. So press, flip it around. Oh, and just like with the magnet backs, have that sharp side up for the pin back, because you want them to come together like a sandwich. There, and here's the button version. So you can see the pin is at the top where you want it to be. It's lined up well horizontally. Yay! Chibi tofu! Woo! Okay. I won't explain the process in so much detail every time because there's 10 more of these to go. So now I'm just going to work at my usual speed. Yeah, this is way quieter. I mean, hopefully it's not too loud for you. I'm not sure how it sounds on the stream, but it's definitely not like that punch. It's just so loud. Circle punch. It's crazy loud. It's not as loud if you use a thinner paper. A lot of the noise was just because it took a lot of effort, a lot of force to cut through that thick semi-gloss paper. Man, this is bringing back memories. Used to make buttons like crazy. When I sold my art in fan convention artist alleys, my most popular thing was buttons. Unfortunately, they weren't popular enough for me to ever make anything close to a profit. I always lost tons of money selling in convention artist alleys. That's a big reason why I stopped doing it. But it was nice seeing people so cheerfully browsing and choosing which ones they wanted, and they'd come back the next year and show me their collection and be excited to get a new one from whatever new stuff I've made. That was really fun. That was the reason why I did Artist Alley for so long, even though I never made a profit. So I quite enjoyed selling at the vegan market in October, and I am so happy that I was chosen again to be a vendor for the winter market next month. So this, unlike a convention, a fan convention, it requires a lot of money. You have to pay to enter, you have to pay for your hotel room, or else pay for the travel expenses if you live in town, because I only ever sold at local conventions. But it's still to either lug my stuff back and forth every day, or to get a hotel room. It was lots of time and money investment. And then the actual creation of the products, prints, and buttons is so much time and money invested. The vegan market is a lot less front heavy because you do have to apply to become a vendor, but you don't have to pay to apply. And then the only expenses you have are what you want to get. So I wanted to get a tent like a vendor booth tent to help protect from the elements. And then some other things, but it's not nearly as expensive as the fee to even attend the convention and the price of the hotel room and all of those other things that every Artist Alley experience entailed. So, vegan market is much better opportunity for me to actually make a little money off of my artwork and all of this time I put into it. Plus, it was really fun. It was so fun to talk to people and tell them the different stories behind my art, since my work is illustration, so there's always a story. Literally, that's what illustration is about. It's about telling a story. So I had some fairly long chats with some people, and yep, I really love that. I missed that interaction with people through my art. 'Cause it's been ages since I did anything like that. Oops, wrong side. So I hope I keep getting chosen for the vegan market. I will definitely keep applying as long as it happens. I'm really excited this time because it's being hosted by the coffee shop that's right next to the art center where I have my postcards for sale. So it's very close to where I already vend my wares. Alright, last one. Last one, then we've got to do the boring work of changing up all that text and then remaking all the layers. This one has a lot of staticky crumbs. Okay, got it. But there's only about 15 minutes left in the stream, so it shouldn't be too boring. I'll try to keep it interesting for you. I've tried some cheaper button press system in the past when I first got into making buttons, but I highly recommend getting one like this. It's worth the investment if you want to make buttons, because the other one was so iffy, and sometimes they'd come out, but half the time they wouldn't, and they'd be just falling apart, or it would rip the paper, it would cut the paper instead of just pressing the back into the front. And so definitely, if you want to make buttons, even if it's just for a hobby, if you want to buy something, buy one of these kinds. Or try to find some place, like an art center or something, that just has one that people can use or rent or whatever, because it was just a huge waste of money, not just for the cheaper button press system, but for all of the materials that were wasted in it because it didn't work very well. Alright, here's all of these adorable. This is what adorable dozen of Chibi tofus look like. Tofu pile. Okay, it's time to switch back over to my desktop PC workspace. I'm going to move my mic. Just going to carefully grab it, hopefully not make too much noise. And now I've got to go all the way back around. Swing my monitor back, my secondary monitor. Okay, and switch back to PC desktop capture on OBS. Alright, so we've got to reduce that. I made work for myself by not trusting my past self. Now I know. So that means I actually have to redo all of them. So sorry about this, but here we go. This is what it's like to be a professional Artists, sometimes we gotta do the really super boring stuff like this. Alright, so I want to do these in order. I guess it opened in order, but just from new, it's got the newest one on top. So, wait, wrong thing. I just gotta double check on this, double click, then take it back down to 1 pixel as it used to be. So, we'll just do that same thing that we had been doing. So we can delete this one. Actually, I won't delete it. I can show you the difference. So we'll merge the group. So this is what it used to be back when I first made these buttons, and then it had been so long that when I saw this, I didn't think it would look good, even though I've made these buttons so many times. I didn't trust my past self, so when I started these new buttons, I increased the thickness. This looks better digitally, and this happens a lot. Something looks good digital, and then you print it, and you're like, oh no, it's so different. So digitally, the thicker outline looks better. Printed, the thinner outline. So we just got to make this change on all these files. And we will drag this over. Oh, why isn't it going all the way over? Okay, I wanted to drag it. Where is my... No, don't do that, please. How do I get to... Okay, I know what I have to do. This is what I want to complete buttons. So I am going to do that thing that was awesome and put that right there. So now all those other files are on the left side of my Photoshop workspace, and now the complete buttons active has its own workspace here. So we've just got to drag this over here, and we're going to do the same thing we've been doing. Line it up. And then duplicate. Looks good. I think it's hard to say which one's lined up better, but I think that one's better. Okay, I'm gonna copy those, move them down. And then one more time. Whoops. Oh, 10-minute warning. We got 10 minutes left of the stream. We'll see how many of these I can correct. Well, not correct. We'll say update, because they're not really anything correct. It's not like a math question. So we're going to merge these layers. Then we'll delete, so I can show you the difference here too. So we're just going to delete that older layer and then rename this one. I think what I'll do is turn on all the layers that need to be updated, because I'm not going to get through them all today. And hopefully I'll remember next Friday that if the layer is on, that means it needs to be updated still. Oh wow, these are all over the place. The heck? Oh wow, that's okay. As long as they fit within the page. It doesn't matter if they line up with each other so much, as long as I can cut them and punch them out. So, but we're done with the pineapple, so we can save this and close it. So now it's pear time. You can just stroke down to 1 pixel. Click OK. We delete the old layer. We don't want that one anymore. And drag this over. This does make it hard though, with all the other layers on. Maybe I won't do it this way. Ooh, I shouldn't line it up with this one because I can't tell. I'll line it up with the pineapple. Wow. Down. Oh, yep, needed to go down a bit. Does this other one need to go down? Oh, it does. That's why they're all slightly off, because it's hard to tell sometimes. The colors are so similar between layers. Okay, pear's done. Chibi pear. Merge. Here we can compare. Ha 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 ha. We can compare. Compare the pears. Yep. So delete the old layer. And rename the new layer. And we can save this one and close it. Okay, brown rice. See how many we can get done before streaming time is over. Copy that and merge. Delete the old one. Drag the new one. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited to have a whole range of foods available for people to purchase. Brown rice. Bring it down to the brown rice layer. I'm not going to compare each one every time. We know by now that this is the way to go. So now we've got the brown rice layer done. So we'll save the file, the original file, so that we remember. Although that doesn't look thinner. Did I throw away the wrong one or not do it right? It has a stroke change here, but it doesn't look thinner. Oh, it didn't change. I did all that work and I didn't notice that it didn't change. Okay, let's do it again. Blast it. Okay, we've got to do this again. Oh, merge group. Right there at the bottom. Okay, delete that one. Don't want that one. Okay, this is definitely correct now. Drag this one over. And we can delete that layer. Turn on Chibi pair again. So placement reference. Okay, we'll do this again. This isn't exactly the kind of stuff I originally imagined myself live streaming when I first got into live streaming my art, but ever since I started including this kind of thing, I've gotten a lot more work done, so I don't feel that bad about it, even though it doesn't match my original vision. Oh, it didn't make a copy. There we go. Once I realized that live streaming helps me get work done like crazy, that's actually been a priority for live streaming. The content comes second. The priority is, what project can I get done? Even if it's boring. Alright. Okay, this one's actually updated now. And we'll save this. Close it. Next is the cute little chia seeds. Only 2 minutes left. Let's make sure to actually bring it down to 1 pixel and verify that it's updated this time before we go and make 12 and then have to do it again. Okay, it's definitely changed. It looks so different. Here we go. Whoa! It took it way over to the side. That's a little too far. Ah, perfect timing. We're exactly at quitting time. Let me zoom out of here. I'll save this real quick. So we'll call it good here today. Hooray! Another good week of work complete. And I will be back next week. I'll be resuming work on my Christmas card illustration for Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Friday we'll come back to this project, and I will have time to get more printer paper too, so we can probably get all of the buttons made at this rate next Friday. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you are too. But that's it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you next week. Thank you for watching.